What's up, everybody? I know it's been a while. I had the last two videos I posted I was sitting on for a while, and I just kept forgetting to upload them. But let's read some comments. I'm off today because this is a really screwed up week, and I'm off on a weekday, which is not good for next week's paycheck. And I'm also probably going to be off Sunday, but what can you do? If you're wondering what's on my elbow, this is an elbow brace that I got at Walmart because I've been having pain in my elbow for the last couple months. There's a tendon that goes from my elbow down to my fingers that has been giving me pain when I switch gears and when I'm working. I'm working with tarps or throwing straps and fucking around with chains. This tendon has been hurting me. My mother tells me that I have tennis elbow and that I need to let it rest. And I said, okay, well, that's not going to happen. There's no way. I use this arm all day, every day. And even when I sleep, it hurts when I wake up in the morning from however I was sleeping. But since I've been wearing this elbow brace the last couple days, it actually helps a lot. I get tired of wearing it after a while, but I wear it. I pretty much wear it day and night, and I'll take it off here and there. But it really helps when I'm working on tarps and straps and chains and stuff like that. It's been helping me out a lot. But I've been, for like maybe 2 weeks, I've been like, man, I've had a lot of comments pour in lately, especially some that I wanted to read. But I'll see if I could blow through some. And, I might end up, the last time I did a read some comments video, it went by really fast. So I might end up doing another one pretty soon after this. But anyways, let's see what we got here. I'm not going to read every single one. Some people just disagree with me, or some people just agree with me and stuff like that, and that's great. But I like it when people disagree. I'm a debater by nature, a master debater by nature. Let me see. We go down our list here. Now this video don't shit in your truck, where I was talking about another video about these people that have this little set up to this method of shitting in their truck and how they take shits and stuff like that. That's one of my videos that's like gotten picked up by the algorithm, and so like a lot of people have seen it. It's really weird, the videos that the algorithm picks up to show to other people, because they're like not that great of videos, but the algorithm, it's not like the algorithm is watching the videos. It doesn't know what the content is. I don't know how it works, to be honest with you, and I really don't care. But I get a lot of comments on the video. And a lot of people disagree with me on that. I have people saying, there's other comments on here like this guy's never taken a shit in his truck before. And I'm like, is that really so hard to believe? Like, am I like, after I read that, I'm like, am I kind of like an odd man out? Is all the other truckers around, are they all shitting in their trucks? Do you guys all have fucking 5-gallon buckets full of kitty litter, and you just take shits in your truck all day? I don't know. Like, maybe it's because I'm still in my 20s, and I could still, if I got to take a shit, I can hold it for a couple hours until I get somewhere where I can actually use a restroom. And I get people like this guy. We should take, Trey Nolan says, we should take a survey so this dude can see how stupid he sounds. I don't use public restrooms to take a shit, period. Which boggles my mind. Because it's like 99.9% of the restrooms and showers that I use and have used for the last couple of years are public. They have to be. The only time I get to use a private restroom and shower is when I go home and I'm staying at my mom's house. But so it's, and I worked construction for years. I've talked about this in the past. It's like, look, if I got to take a shit, I got to do it. While I'm working, I can't think about anything else than just, I got to find a restroom. So when I was in construction, I got very used to using really nasty porta cans, fucking porta potties. You just get used to it. Just wipe down the seat real good and then, do your business. You know, and I've never picked up a fucking disease or a rash or anything like that. Same thing with the showers. I've never once worn flip-flops or shower shoes or anything like that. And I've been in all kinds of showers, like mom and pop truck stop showers, every major brand. I've used hundreds of truck stop showers. I've never wound up with a foot fungus or warts or some crazy shit, you know, or staph infection or something. I've never once had a problem with any of this stuff. Bless you. I mean, you can cover your face next time you sneeze all over the place. Put your paw right in front of your nose. At least she's not sneezing in my face. Levi Weatherly asked me a couple days ago if I was in Altoona, Iowa. I was in Altoona, Iowa. I was at the Flying J there. It's a little late now, but I guess you saw me at that truck stop. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was going to bring this up. All right. There's a user named Kathy9160, right? And Kathy, which I guess I assume is a female. This person's a trucker, apparently. But I don't know. That Kathy could be a last name. You know, it could be a dude. It doesn't really matter. But every once in a while, I get a person like Kathy that I guess stumbles across my channel and decides to, start watching some of my videos. And disagree. And I don't know. Disagrees with everything I say about everything. Fucking hates me. You know, and it's like I kind of get it. It's like I've found channels before where I disagreed with some of what someone said, you know, but I've never, you know, and even in the comments they'll say like, I disagree with that. This is wrong, and this is why I think this is wrong, and blah 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 blah, or whatever the fuck, right? But I've never gone to someone's channel, found a video I didn't like, and then started going from video to video, saying how they're wrong and they're a dipshit and they're an asshole and all this other stuff. You know, see, I've never understood that. And I get that trolling is fun and shit, but to me, I see it as the equivalent of like, you know, I'm not a big seafood guy. You know, I like shrimp, but I feel like everybody likes shrimp. You know, but other than that, like salmon and tilapia and, you know, stuff like that, other than like crab and shrimp and stuff like that, I really don't like seafood. Like, I'm not a big fan of fish. I'll eat it, but I don't prefer it. This is the equivalent of me going to only seafood restaurants and then giving them terrible reviews on how terrible the food was, when I don't even really like seafood in the first place. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't really make sense, does it? You're like, well, dude, if you don't really like seafood, why go to all these different seafood restaurants and just, you know, put how, the fish was terrible, don't ever eat here, when you don't even like seafood that much in the first place? That's kind of what, you know, apparently this person doesn't even like my content in the first place, and that's fucking fine. But, you know, to take the effort to, and I don't even know if this person's watching the whole video, or if they're just like, they get the gist of it, and then they go in the comments and like, say, how in the fuck can you be a trainer? Must be a Swift trainer. Which means you haven't watched my videos, because you know I'd never driven for Swift. I've only driven for 2 companies. Most truck trainers need 10 years experience, not 8 months. Which means you didn't even watch the fucking, and this was on a live stream. That live stream was like 3 hours long, I think. Like, how much did you fucking watch? You know, I didn't become a trainer after fucking 8 months. I became a trainer after like 6 months, or whatever, how much ever time it was. You know, and I already addressed this thing about needing how many years. Oh, you should have fucking 10 years experience. You should have 23 years experience. My point is apparently, judging from the comments this person has put on different videos, is that this person is a veteran truck driver, has been driving for a long time, you know, and veteran truck drivers are always the loudest about how they think it's absurd that, you know, companies are letting drivers train after 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever it is. And these people think it should be way more. And that's the problem with the industry. And that's why we got so many terrible drivers here, and blah, 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 blah. You know, and I've addressed that in other videos. people after, like, look, most carriers, the vast majority of them that need trainers are mega carriers. Your average driver doesn't stay with a mega carrier after 1 to 2 years. So they suffer from a lack of people with driving experience that not only can train, but like will train. You know, I'm coming up on the 3-year mark. I don't want to fucking train. But I don't sit here and bitch and complain about how, you know, oh, they're letting guys train after 3 to 6 months. I understand it. You know, I mean, like, I kind of wouldn't, I didn't really like training, but it was for Western Express. Like, I probably wouldn't mind training for rail. You know, if I had if I was leasing I'd have to lease a truck that had 2 bunks in it. But I have a dog. You know, I'm not going to train with a dog. I don't even know if you're allowed to. But my point is that, you know, these companies need experienced drivers to train their rookies. And your average 10-year veteran don't want to train, or they're working either their owner operators, or they're driving for small fleets that don't even hire people with less than 2 to 3 years experience, so they don't even need trainers. See, that's my point. There's a shortage of trainers. There's companies where people are having to wait. You know, like, it's even worse for women. If you're a woman and you want to have a woman trainer, a female trainer, you may be sitting for days, possibly even weeks, waiting for an available trainer because they just don't have enough. Because these people with their 10 years, 15 years experience that you say should be training people, they don't fucking want to train people. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these mega carriers don't even have people that have been driving for 10 years. They exist. They're out there. There's always exceptions to the rule. But, you know, we have... 1 and 2 and 3, and I think we even might still have a couple 4 million mile drivers in this company, but not all of them are training. Some of them maybe, but just look. This is my whole point. I'm going to move on to something else. But my whole point is, look, if you're a veteran, if you're not out there training rookie drivers, then shut the fuck up about rookies training rookies. Shut the fuck up. Because you're not helping the problem. You're just bitching about it. That's why I don't bitch about it, because I'm not doing anything about it. I did train a couple of guys when I was, you know, less experienced, stuff like that. But I just didn't like it, you know. And 3 out of my 4 trainees went on to keep on driving, you know. Except for one of them, she probably still drives. The lady I made a video about, but she didn't pass my company. She quit or whatever. And I talked about that in a video. But anyways, just, unless you're going to help out the problem, then stop bitching about it. I don't know what else to tell you. Let's see. On that same video, Kathy says, instead of sitting there as big as a house, stuffing that junk food in your gut, ranting about nothing, get out and walk around and get that fat off. All right. Fuck you, I guess. Like, yeah, I've probably gained, I don't know, 20, maybe 30 pounds since I've been out here on the road. But, you know, I've talked about that before, man. Look, I'm working, man. I'm working 13, 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. I get 1 day off a week. Like, this week I got 2 days off. Working out 1 day a week don't do anything. You got to work out at minimum 3-4 days a week. And I've just decided, I possibly could do that, but I've talked about that before. Look, when I stop my 10-hour break, I only take a 10-hour break. I ain't taking no 12, 14 hours, man. I stay running. And in that 10-hour break, I've got to fucking eat, shower, shit, brush my teeth, walk the dog, take care of everything I need to take care of in a 10-hour period. You know what I mean? I just don't have fucking time to be out running around and shit like that. Not to mention, I'm fucking tired after tarping and strapping and chaining and driving. You know, jump out, walk the dog, get me something to eat, take a shower, pick up my 8 hours of sleep, wake up in the morning, walk the dog again, fucking eat my breakfast. You know, by that time, it's coming up on my pre-trip, and I gotta start working again. I ain't got fucking time to be running around. I don't know what, you know, maybe that's you e-loggers have plenty of time. Maybe this person on e-logs. But, you know, they got plenty of fucking time to just be, you know, jogging all the fucking time. I don't get it. You know, and I understand that you can make time to exercise out here, but I choose not to. You know, because I dedicate 95% of my energy just to making money. So yeah, I think really you're just saying that to be an asshole. I didn't really even need to discuss that. But one more comment by Kathy. There's only like 3 of them here. I thought there was more. Anyways, you're stupid. You're spelled wrong, by the way. Y-O-U-R, stupid. And most of you new truck drivers sound too angry to be driving. 2 was spelled wrong as well. Who other than you give a fuck about smoking and puffing bond that crazy looking fucking thing go away? Okay, so you're definitely up there in age because you're saying you're puffing on those crazy looking newfangled things. I don't even... Jesus. Like, I'm stupid. That's what you're saying. I'm a fucking idiot, right? Who even cares about smoking? Smoking is not only a major fucking health issue in the United States of America, it's a major issue among truckers. I think it's something like 70% of truckers either smoke or used to smoke, And this is a really funny juxtaposition to the dozens of people that bitched at me over the years about smoking so much in my videos and how much I need to quit. And then you got your dumb ass coming on here. You don't even know what a fucking vaporizer is. And I'm talking about quitting smoking. Quitting smoking. Doing something good. And who even gives a shit about that? You know what? You need to shut up. Who the fuck are you? You fucking troll. It's so funny. It's like even people in their 60s or 70s, like this person sounds like they are, can be trolls. It ain't just a young person's game. So anyways, fuck you. You're a dumbass, man. I told this person after reading one of their comments, I was looking at comments and they said something and I commented back and said, shut the fuck up before I mute you, troll. I don't delete, I don't mute a lot of fucking people. But if people just want to go from video to video just saying blah, 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 this and that and the other, this and that and the other, like, just to spite you, I'll just mute you. Which means all your comments are gone. No one can see it. No one can see your comments anymore. And if you post any future comments, no one can see those either. Basically, I mute you, It's just like, fuck you. All right, moving on. I don't want to read. Some of these I don't want to read. This one's interesting. I made a video about CB radios, and someone, RMK, said, oh, they're talking about other people's videos, not mine. He said, I've been seeing videos that people made talking bad things about the CB and why they don't have one. If you don't want one, then don't have one, and stop making videos telling us why you don't have one. Why should we give a shit if you don't have one and you don't want one? Well, the answer to that question is because a lot of truck drivers think it's an injustice that every truck driver doesn't have and use a CB radio. That's why people make videos explaining why they don't use one. That's why people care. Because all you ever hear, like, because I have a CB, I actually just got mine peaked and tuned not too long ago. I finally put some money into it. But, there's a lot of drivers out there that say, like, holy shit, why don't these drivers have radios? And that's why. Or that's why there's videos of people talking about why they don't have one. And I get it. A lot of times, dude, more often than not, the first thing I do in the morning when I fire up the GPS, my satellite radio, and I'm getting ready to jump on the highway and get going, I reach up and I turn on my CB radio. And I turn it off at the end of the day. But more often than not, throughout the day, if I'm like driving, I'm listening to a podcast, and there's some guy on the fucking radio just, and I was talking to him on Wednesday, and it's blah blah blah, or it's just fucking, it's two guys just cruising down the highway together, bitching and whining about e-logs and you know, how terrible e-logs are and fucking blah, blah, blah and shit. And I end up turning that shit down. You know, or it's people, I've made a whole video about this, but that's why, dude. Hey, man, saw you at the Pilot in Boston, Wisconsin a few minutes ago. I think it's time for a new video. I was at a Pilot in Boston. I think I actually, I slept there the other day. But, yeah, I put out a new video. There you go. And then I'll be putting out this one. Let's see. Oh, and the You Can't Park Here video. Apparently this guy says, because they don't want your piss bottle on their property. What? What in the fuck are you talking about? Fucking, I can't park on the curb because of piss bottles? As if guys that park in the aisles, those guys don't, you know, pour their piss all over the parking lot? Really? It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. It's not like they go out there or even clean that shit up anyway. Your average truck stop just lets the trash overflow and fly. You let the wind blow it all over the place. Your average truck stop don't give a shit about its truck lot. Your average truck stop. You know, maybe every once in a while the golf cart or the pickup truck will run out there and empty the trash barrels, and that's it. That's your average truck stop. Oh yeah, there's just some more by Kathy. I'm sorry to give this one so much attention, but they're funny. So you're the idiot training Swift drivers. This is why they have accidents in parking lots. Lol. Okay. Never worked for Swift, but all right. How on the hell can you be a trainer? You are not driving long enough for a trainer. Scary meeting you on the road. Talk to a real truck driver. Can't stand you and your foul mouth. Wait until you've been driving 30 years. No discussion even needed. Let's see. Someone said on my You Can't Park Here, they said, well said, I'd like Trump to see this video. Trump don't care about truckers, man. You know, and I'm not saying Trump don't care about truckers because he's a fucking asshole politician. Most people don't care about truckers. You know, most people aren't truckers. You know, most people don't fucking like us. You know, in fact, there's a lot of truckers out there that that justify the way people think about truckers. There's a lot of people, you know how often I see truckers just cut off cars, and don't get it twisted, I've had to cut off four-wheelers too. I understand how it goes. You know, sometimes you have to get over, and they're just speeding by you, and sometimes you just have to jump over to get where you're going. I understand that, but you know, I've seen people almost run off the fucking road by trucks that just wanted to jump over. And it's like, dude, you could have just waited a few more seconds for 2 more cars to go by, and then you could have gotten over instead of, you know. But anyways, your average person don't like truckers. And if they don't hate us, then they don't care about us. So, but anyways. You definitely get lot lizards. This video isn't fooling anybody, bud. Sad. What the fuck are you talking? It's just, that's not just a comment that's funny, but the sad exclamation point at the end. You know, like I get what you're trying to do, buddy. You ain't throwing anybody off your trail. Look, dude, fucking, you know, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I broke up with my ex over 2 years ago. I haven't been laid since. And that's okay with me. You know, I'm at the age where that shit just doesn't bother me. You know, in fact, I'm completely fucking fine with it. And I sure as shit don't need to hire a toothless, greasy, sweaty truck stop hooker, you know, and give my hard-earned money to them. You know, I don't need that. I'm fine. You know, I mean, I guess that there's some of you guys out there, you know, that just can't handle not having pussy, you know, but I can handle it. But you just have to take my word for it, I guess. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. I would not work with this guy. Too profane, too much into himself, too immature. I need to go back and watch that video. The video Trainee 2 Quit on Me. That's another video that got picked up by the algorithm that a lot of people fucking comment. And a lot of people fucking hate me for it. Which is funny because I tried so hard to carefully word and explain what happened in that video. In fact, I tried to be very respectful of the trainee that I was referencing in that video. And I didn't use their name or anything like that. And, you know, and for the most part, I was being honest. I was just carefully wording what I was saying. You know, I didn't say, oh, they're a fucking pussy. They can't fucking handle it, can't hack it, so I kicked them the fuck off the truck. That person, by the way, anybody who hadn't seen that fucking video, the people always saying, like, no wonder your trainee quit. That fucking trainee quit because we drove through a blizzard and she, like, panicked because she didn't want to drive in snow. And you know, have to secure loads and shit like that in snowy weather and stuff. So she called it quits. It don't have nothing to do with me. But believe what you want. Why'd you go back and watch the fucking video if you want to know what I'm talking about? Let's see. Moving on. What's the most cent per mile you have run? 42 cents a mile for when I was company. Oh, this is on a leasing video. What's the most cent per mile you've run? Well, I'm percentage, but the highest rate I had on a load, I think I've done, I think I did a load that was $3.10 a mile, if I remember correctly. That was a pretty awesome load. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Would be a good channel if you'd watch your mouth. I'm watching it now. Looks fine to me. Maybe needs a little bit of a mustache trim, but other than that, that seems fine. Surprised your video hasn't gotten pulled due to the YouTube algorithm. YouTube is trying to clean up the language now. No, they're not. They're not. They make it sound like, here's the thing. YouTube doesn't give a shit about profanity. YouTube, when you use profanity in your videos, the computers pick up on that. What it does is affect your monetization of videos. It affects how ad-friendly you are, and it can affect how much money you make on YouTube. Guess how much money I make off YouTube? That much. I just do this for fun, man. So what the YouTube algorithm, they use shit like profanity to demonetize, especially channels they don't like conservative channels and gun channels and any, you know, skeptic channels, anything that goes against their liberal narrative, you know. But really, it affects monetization. You know, they're not going to pull your video for profanity, you know, because they have that would be the pot calling the kettle black. They have, you know, music videos of rappers, you know, cussing their asses off with like 20 million views, and they're not pulling that shit. So, you know, they're not gonna fuck with little channels like mine. They're gonna pull my videos for profanity. They don't care about profanity. They care about what they deem as hate speech, which, you know, I don't consider myself, you know, a purveyor or a user of hate speech under their definition. I don't use hate speech under the actual definition, but under YouTube's fucked up definition, I don't use it either. But anyways, moving on before, you know, they they censor this video. I see you smoke. Any problems through school and training with that? No. I found a trainer that smoked. And a lot of trainers smoke. And when I was a trainer, I smoked. No, I didn't have any problems. The guy who when I went to CDL school, the instructor smoked, and they let us smoke in the instruction truck. Let's see. Two other people bitching about my cussing. You lost me. I'm not going to listen to a guy with that bad a mouth. You can talk without saying curse word. You're not worth my time. I think they mean I can't talk without cussing. I can talk without cussing. I just ain't going to do it on YouTube. Why should I? You know, you guys can't. I don't really know any of you guys. You know, fuck out of here. It's the internet, man. This is the fucking internet. We're on the internet here. You know what's on the internet? Profanity. And a whole hell of a lot of it. Don't ever go on 4chan. Just ever. Stay away from it. Far, far away. Let's see here. Are you pregnant or what the frack? Did you quit smoking? Where's the Andrew Dice Clay look? What? I don't even get that. Yeah, I did quit smoking. I'm not pregnant, just fat. Yeah, the road will do that to you. Thanks for being a Mr. Know-It-All. Karma is on its way. Just wait until you get older, driver. You'll be eating your words. Hopefully I ain't. I'd really like to not be OTR when I'm older. I may be. I don't know, but look, I've said this before. If me having to take a dump interferes with me being able to do my job, I'm probably going to not do this anymore. Let's see here. I'll read like one more. I'm running out of time. See if I can find one more. Oh yeah, my "You Can't Park Here" video. Someone says I can't park on the curbs because it's because of the insurance companies. That's completely false, and I'll tell you why. Is because no truck stop, even though this is private property, no truck stop is responsible for what happens in their parking lot, and they post signs as much. You know, it doesn't matter what happens out here. So you know, if I park on the curb and you know something happens, I can't blame the truck stop for it. You know, it's that's not true. I guess that's it for now. There's so many more comments I could read, but I'm running out of time. Alright, well fuck, I'll wrap it up there. I'll make another one of these videos pretty soon because I got more comments that I want to read. Not to mention there's a video I've been wanting to do for a long, long time that I just haven't gotten around to, where it's where I just talk about things that just what grinds my gears. You know, just some things that just irk the fuck out of me that I think, you know, some of you guys could relate to. But I'll leave it at that for now. I'll talk to you guys real soon.